Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. So, I'm excited. As you have just seen from all of that B-reel footage, I met Holly Jackson, our one and only queen, the writer of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the writer of 5 Survive, and the writer of the reappearance of Rachel Price, which we all know I love dearly. And now, the writer of Not Quite Dead Yet. This is the book I got from the signing. It is the Waterstones exclusive edition. I got it dedicated to me. This has got the nice bloody sprayed edge. Hearing Holly talk about this has made me so excited to read it. So I thought, like last year with Holly's most recent release, we would do a reading vlog just for our queen, but obviously this time I also went and met her. She is the nicest lady ever. She's so funny. I always get like really nervous meeting authors and I just kind of like freeze. So I like approached her and she was like, oh, how are you? And I was like, yeah, I'm good, how are you? And she just makes you feel a bit more like relaxed, which is nice. And then she opened the book and she went, oh, Kim. And I went, and she was like, I love a 3-letter name. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, you do. And she was like, I was like, so maybe Kim in the next book? And she was like, are you a Kimberly as well? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, possibly then, because I love a character's name who also has like a longer name. I was like, yeah, I'm a Kimberly, but everyone calls me Kim. And she was like, noted. And I was like, thanks. She was lovely. Honestly, she was so nice. She made me feel really relaxed. I got a photo with her. It was great. It was great vibes. I was speaking to someone in the queue as well. Yeah, honestly I had a great time. I went to Oxford to meet her. It was just a great day. But I'm very excited to have my hands on this. And I'm very excited to read it. So, we follow Jet. So, Jet is 27 years old. Having never left Woodstock, Vermont, she's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Until on the night of Halloween, Jet is violently attacked by an unseen intruder. She suffers a catastrophic brain injury. The doctor is certain that within a week she'll be killed by the severe aneurysm. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her ex-best friend turned sister-in-law, her former boyfriend. She has just 7 days and her condition deteriorates. She has only her childhood friend Billy for help, but nevertheless she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. I have never heard of a book done in this way and I'm so excited to read it. This is her new adult thriller, so it's her first time doing adult. Before she'd always done YA, so I'm very excited. And Holly did say there is one specific word beginning with C that she now gets to use because it's adult, and it is used once. So I'm very excited. So I'm going to go, I'm going to start this now, and I'm going to come back and update you roughly every 100 pages. Woohoo! Hello. I have come to update you on Not Quite Dead Yet. I have reached 100 pages, and I'm enjoying my time and loving Holly Jackson's writing. I'm loving Jet as a character. I love Billy as a character. Despise Jet's mum. Despise Jet's mum. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Honestly, she's an absolute pain in the ass. And I'm enjoying the kind of medical aspect to this. So obviously we follow Jet, who gets hit around the head and then unfortunately gets told she will have a brain aneurysm and will die in the next 7 days. And like the medical side to it's very interesting, enjoying that, like seeing like the side effects she's getting and drips and drabs of that throughout, enjoying that part. I'm enjoying her trying to solve her own murder and working with the police and little kind of things scattered about. I'm loving that. But yeah, the mum pisses me off. The mum pisses me off, like, big time. Currently we have like a suspect, and I don't believe it's them, obviously, and they're trying to find them, and Jet doesn't believe it's them either, so I'm very much like, it's not them, but I'm intrigued to know. There's also been like a kind of sprinkle of a few other bits, so I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll do my classic while I'm holding this. Spoilers. So I'm holding it. So we've been told, it's been suggested that there is another sibling that has died. So Jet has a brother called Luke who's older, but her mum keeps saying, I cannot lose another child, Jet. So it kind of basically is saying that there's another child. So I'm very interested to know about that. But her mum really pisses me off because she's making this whole thing about her. And it's like, you're not the one that's fucking dying. You're not. Jet's the one that's dying. Jet has decided that she is going to have 7 days to solve her own murder rather than have this surgery and die anyway, because there's like a 90% chance of death by having this surgery, and her mum just keeps going, can't believe you're doing it. Like, fuck off. It's nothing to do, it's not your decision. It's not your decision to make. And she's just really winding me up and being really selfish, and I don't like it. And all the family seems to just keep taking her mum's side as well, which is pissing me off. We've just discovered that a piece of hair has been found underneath Jet's blood on the floor, meaning the hair was there before the murder took place, and we found out that it was a wig, and the only person wearing red hair on the night of Halloween was her ex-boyfriend JJ, who is now missing, and they can't find him, and that whole part, really interesting, really loving that. Don't think it's him though, but I'm intrigued to know why he's ran away, or if he has ran away, you know, he might not have. Do I have any guesses? I don't like the sister-in-law. She's a bit sus. I think the sister-in-law and the brother they did something together, and they're trying to hide that together just by the way they were talking about Ring doorbells and, you know, things like that. And he gets really on the defense when they talk about finding someone who's done it. So I think they've done something, but I don't think they've killed Jet. So, yeah, don't really have any more predictions, but I do think... No, I don't. I don't have any predictions. I'd like to say I think it's in the family circle, but I'm not really too sure. But yeah, having a great time. Having a great time with Holly's writing. The only thing that's pissing me off is Jet's mum. But yeah, otherwise we're all good. I will come back and update you in another 100 pages. Probably. things. First thing is I got my hands on the Works edition of Not Quite Dead Yet. So difference being is literally just the sprayed edges. It's still same under the dust jacket. It's just got the kind of like 7 days that way tally with then like the person. But I was quite happy to get my hands on that. I've also ordered the indie bookshop edition, which only independent businesses have stocked, which again has got different spread edge. The same time as getting that, I also got this paperback edition of The Reappearance of Rachel Price, which I just thought was really cool. I already have way too many copies of this book, but I could not leave those edges behind. They were so cool. But then back to Not Quite Dead Yet. I'm now 200 pages in and I have so many thoughts. I've had to write them all down. So I started like writing down my conspiracies and thoughts throughout, and I've quite enjoyed doing this, and I have a prediction for who I think killed Jet, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but there is so much evidence pointing towards this character. But I really hope I'm wrong, because otherwise it feels slightly too similar to A Girl's Guide to Murder. But I have like loads of information on why I think it was that character, and we've now found like the murder weapon, and we found her phone, and her brain aneurysm has really started to take a hit now, and like she is really starting to be affected by said brain aneurysm. Still hate her mum so much. I actually hate her mum. She just really annoys me. We found out more to do with Jet's family, and the family member who hasn't really been mentioned an awful lot, but we now know what kind of happened to them. And other characters have kind of like popped up and reappeared, and there's like suspicious things going on all over the place, but I'm having a grand old time. I'm going to hold book and explain my thoughts on who I think killed Jet. So if you don't want spoilers, skip, mute me, all of the above. Maybe come back when you've read it, but I'm gonna now talk spoiler territory of who I think did it and why, starting now. So I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope I am wrong, but I think it's Billy's dad, the police officer, and my reasoning for this is because a lot of the evidence we've been given links back to him. I don't know why he would want to do it, to be perfectly honest, but evidence I have is he's helping Jet a lot in the investigation, like giving her information he probably shouldn't be, and I wonder if he's doing that in the sense to make it kind of push away from him, if that makes sense. Also we have like the red piece of hair which came from a wig, and even though he wasn't wearing a wig, Andrews was, and he took Andrews home that night, the night of Halloween, because he was really drunk. So they said it can transfer from, you know, it may not be the person wearing the wig, but it can be somebody who was around them. We found out that the murder weapon is a hammer, and back before that we found out that Billy's dad, I think his name's Jack, gifted Billy a toolbox when Billy moved into his flat, And it's like a very certain make of a toolbox, and this hammer can only be purchased through this toolbox. So we don't know if Billy's got a hammer in his toolbox yet, but that's what I'm thinking, is at some point it's going to be, everyone's going to be made aware that the hammer from Billy's toolbox is missing. He would know how to cover his tracks, obviously, because he is a police officer. He also knows where the spare key for Billy's flat is kept, and it is kept under his doormat, because his dad basically said, "Oh, Billy, your spare key's gone." He's like, "I know, I gave it to Jet because she's moved into my flat." So that's another reason how he could get a hold of the hammer. The only things that don't make sense is taking the phone and burying it at the construction site. That's the only bits that don't make sense in regards to him and this plot. But otherwise, I just think it's Billy's dad. And I really hope I'm wrong, because I quite like Billy's dad as a character. And if you've read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, you'll know why I say it's too similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But otherwise, I am enjoying like piecing everything together and figuring everything out. I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah, I'm just very, very intrigued to know how this is going to wrap up and how this is going to end, and I just hope it doesn't wrap up and end in the way that I think it's going to. But we'll see. See, I'm halfway now, so I'm probably going to come back and update you about the 300 page mark, which will then be the final update before I finish this motherfucker. I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm nervous, because I really want to be wrong, because I think if I'm right, I won't want to give it 5 stars. And it'll be the first Holly Jackson I've never given 5 stars. Because I've never found it predictable, ever, and she's always twisted and turned it in some way. But I might be right, but there might be another twist along with it, which is the Holly Jackson way. Is that I'm right, but there's another twist. I don't know. I'm nervous. But I'm going to go and I'm going to read another 100 pages and then I'll be back to update you. Hello. It's Wednesday the 23rd of July and I'm 300 pages into Not Quite Dead Yet, and I'm loving it still, and lots of things are starting to come together, and lots of information started to come together. I think one of my predictions was right, kinda, but nothing like massive yet. But I'm assuming like this next 100 pages is going to be a dab on, because then this book is finished. I am excited, I am enjoying it, I'm loving Jet and Billy and their like cute relationship, their cute friendship. They are honestly lush, and I think if my big prediction is correct, the only reason this book will still get 5 stars is because of Jet and Billy, because they're so cute. I love their friendship, I love how much they care for each other. I love Jet's death jokes. Yeah, I'm just having a really good time. And like I say, literally on page 299, chapter 26, so not much left to go. Currently just sat in my car in the car park of the doctor's. My mum's gone in for an appointment, so I just thought, well, I'll just carry on reading in my car then. But I'm hoping I'm going to finish this today, and then hopefully might get this vlog out today, because I need to, because I didn't put up a vlog on Sunday, because I had nothing to upload. So yeah, that's that. Anything else to update on? No, not really, apart from R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne, the meme lord, Dark Prince, Prince of Darkness, all that jazz. Very sad. He was a very well-known meme for us at work. We used to quote him constantly with "Sharon," or "Someone's gone into my room and stolen my beers. Beer thief." Or about when he tells the cat to fuck off and not touch the chicken. You know, he was quoted on a daily basis over in my store. So he will be sorely missed. Love him. So R.I.P. Ozzy. But otherwise, yeah, we're good. We are good. So when I come back, I'll be back to update you on my final thoughts. I'm really sad this is over. And I've got to wait like another year for a Holly Jackson book, and it's not fair. But not to worry. But yeah, I'll be back soon to finish this off. I'm finished. 5 stars. 5 stars. Because, do you know what? My prediction for who did it was correct. But there were so many twists and turns along the way, and the way that it came out, I didn't predict. And that made me love it. Five stars. 5 stars. It was thrilling. It was intense. It was emotional. It was sad. But it was a freaking good book. Good story. Good twists. Good turns. Good vibes. I loved it. I loved it. Even if I did get the twist. But yeah. I had a great time. Had a great time. New favourite book of the year. New favourite book of the year. We saw it coming. We all knew. We all knew. We saw Holly Jackson on a new release, and we all knew it was going to be my favourite book of the year. But Billy, I love him. I love him. I love Jet. I love Billy. I still hate her mum, but I hate Sophia more. But it's just so good. Even though my predictions were right, and they very rarely are, it's still, it just made it better knowing that you're right. You're there going, fuck yeah. What a great time. So that's the end of this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Made it to the end of the video. Leave a blood drip to make me get to the end of the video. Let me know if you're planning on reading this anytime soon. I'd really recommend it. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Bye.